State University Moorhead hosted the state's chancellor and a board of trustees today as the state leaders they prepare for the 2025 legislative session. Now they were looking for input from faculty and students about what matters most to their campus community and funding that's needed to better serve the evolving needs of modern college students. Some of the key talking points there were student support systems, financial accessibility of higher education, accommodating the unique needs of learning from different demographics or learning challenges. Now, insights shared during these sessions will be used to put together the 2026-27 biennial budget request submitted to the state in November.